Men like this, like if we had actual justice, what I would do, because let's be real here, rapists don't get enough time. Pedophiles don't get enough time. These people, they never get enough time. So I think that we should just, if it were up to me, I would take your hands. I think we should just cut his hands off and his brother. You know, you have to walk around marked. We all know what you are because you have no hands. And you can't touch anyone or even yourself ever again. That's just me, though. Hey, everybody. This is Ceci, and this is the Very Ceci Podcast. And I'm here just to spill the tea, give you the news, maybe things you didn't know happened, maybe things that you did. We'll see. But right now, the story today is Andrew Tate. Most of us know who Andrew Tate is. If you don't, though, he's a controversial British-American influencer who is part of the manosphere, pushes the alpha male agenda. And he and his brother, Tristan, were flown to America last month because right now in Romania, they're being held on charges of rape, human trafficking, and forming an organized crime group to sexually exploit women. And President Trump flew him here. Cool, because we know that Trump's son Barron does look up to Andrew Tate and that whole manosphere thing. Your possible future king. This is who we're being led by. Men who look up to men like this, okay? Like Trump, 100%. Buddy. It's disgusting. But Trump grabs women by the pussy, so what would I expect? So, Andrew Tate, whilst being here in Beverly Hills, well, apparently is at it again and strangled his ex-girlfriend. Here's the article.
Andrew Tate accused of choking woman unconscious during sexual assault. Tate's lawyers deemed the alleged victim as a willing participant turned disgruntled lover. He is a parasite. He is disgusting. A woman has accused Andrew Tate of sexual assault amid claims he choked her against her will until she felt unconscious during sex. The alleged victim, Bree Stern, has reportedly filed a sexual assault report against Tate in connection to an incident she says occurred during an intimate encounter with the popular social media influencer earlier this month. According to Stern, on March 11th, she and Tate were having sexual intercourse in a room at the Beverly Hills Hotel where he began to forcibly choke her. Despite Stern allegedly telling him to stop, Tate continued to choke her, causing her to lose consciousness during act. The alleged victim says it was only after Tate fell asleep that she was able to take photos of the injuries she claims to have sustained during the attack. She also claims she didn't immediately file a police report against Tate out of fear for her safety, waiting until Andrew and his younger brother Tristan left the country to attend a court hearing in Romania. Stern says she later visited an emergency room in New York City and was allegedly diagnosed as post-concussive. In the days after the act, TMZ also received alleged texts Stern claims were sent by Tate in which he admits to abusing her. The 38-year-old's lawyers have released a statement refuting the latest accusations against their client, who made headlines in 2022, following his and Tristan Tate's arrest on sex trafficking charges in Romania. Andrew Tate vehemently rejects this outrageous allegation and will relentlessly pursue legal action against anyone involved in spreading this blatant falsehood, Tate's legal team told TMZ. Once again, we witnessed the media recklessly publishing a one-sided narrative disregarding the fundamental facts. The photos, not taken in the Beverly Hills hotel bathroom. They weren't even snapped at night, no bruising, no evidence whatsoever. The lawyers also painted Stern as a willing participant turned disgruntled lover who chose to spend multiple nights with Andrew and then grew angry with him when he did not fly her to New York City. Tates have become the quintessential villains in media fabrication, and while this may create convenient clickbait, it won't withstand scrutiny in reality or in a courtroom, they added. The Tates rose to fame around 2021 as the elder brother, Andrew, became a popular figure on social media, known for his controversial takes on women, masculinity, the LGBTQ plus community, and other topics. Despite being banned from various platforms, the siblings have continued to run their online social network, The War Room, which have likened to a multi-level marketing scam. The brothers have denied all the allegations against them and continue to maintain their innocence.
Now, part of the reason I think that a lot of men, especially younger men, look up to Andrew Tate is because, okay, Andrew grew up in poverty. You know, he comes from a rougher background. He's a kickboxing world champion 4 times. You know, he but now owns jets and like is traveling around the world and is the most famous person. Like, I understand why men are looking up to that aspect of him. Like, oh, he came from poverty and is no longer in it. Okay. But can we see what he did along the way here and then say that he's still a good person? No, absolutely fucking not. Here are some things he said about himself and women. He has said that he was absolutely a misogynist. I'm a realist, and when you're a realist, you're sexist. There's no way you can be rooted in reality and not be sexist. Okay. See, here's the thing with this whole manosphere thing is that they always want to blanket statement women. Like, all women want this. You have to have this in your account. All women are whores and all women are like, they always want to do that. Should I walk around and assume that all men are shitty rapists because he is? What are we talking about? I don't know what woman hurt him when he was a kid, okay? Because somebody did. You know, he had his heart broken or something and then turned into a fuckboy. And the fuckboy then turned into a monster. This is the progression, okay? Not all of them, obviously. And I hate that I have to keep reminding people that I'm not talking about all men, but like a good chunk of them. He was even banned from Twitter at one point for saying women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted. In a text seen by BBC Panorama, he wrote to one woman, "I love raping you." This is a man who probably didn't have a lot of control as a kid because they grew up in poverty and he's had a rough background, right? So he's decided now that he's going to have control over everything and everyone. This is a monster. I think this is a good example of the case when monsters aren't born but maybe made. And now he himself is transforming other men that were like him at one point into monsters. What are Andrew Tate's legal cases? So we know that he right now is being charged with rape, human trafficking, and also trying to organize a organized crime ring to sexually exploit women. Okay, that's his charges in Romania. Another legal issue facing him and his brother Tristan in the UK is a civil case brought in July 2024 by Devon and Cornwall police in which they are accused of failing to pay any tax on 21 million euros of revenue from their business, including the wealth creation platform, Hustlers University. Tate described himself as a self-made multimillionaire. He said he earned money through a little webcam business from my apartment. I had 75 women working for me in 4 locations, and I was doing $600,000 a month from webcam. He says here, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, test if she's quality, get her to fall in love with me to where she'd do anything I'd say, and then get her on webcam so we could become richer together. Men like this, like if we had actual justice, what I would do, because let's be real here, rapists don't get enough time. Pedophiles don't get enough time. These people, they never get enough time. So I think that we should just, if it were up to me, I would take your hands. I think we should just cut his hands off and his brother. You know, you have to walk around marked. We all know what you are because you have no hands. And you can't touch anyone or even yourself ever again. That's just me, though. I'm a little old school in some ways, like with punishment. And yeah, I would. I think we should take their hands. And all their money and all that too. You know, I mean, we should really take their freedom, but I don't think our justice system is bullshit. And I don't know anything about Romania's legal system, so I don't know how they're going to fare there. I don't know anything about that, but I can say here that most don't get what they deserve. So I just think that we should take their hands. That's all. So Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are back in Romania. He said that he was happy to be back in Romania, described himself as one of the most important people on the planet.
Look at these two losers. Again, okay? They left Romania because they're being charged with rape, sex with minors, human trafficking, and money laundering charges, okay? And now they came here. Okay. I mean, just like old habits die hard, guys.